If you're feeling lost in your spirituality, remember, spirituality is supposed to ground you, not disconnect you from reality. Hold on. And you know who wrote that? ChatGPT. They ate with that one. I'm gonna read it again. It's supposed to ground you, not disconnect you from reality. Hi, Soul Family. How we feeling today? How we doing? Oh my gosh. It's been a good minute, and I always say that, but I've come to the point that I am embracing that it is been a good minute, because number one, I don't want to come onto here and not come in my purest energy of inspiration. I don't want to come onto here because I'm meeting a quota on getting monetized. At the end of the day, it's not the money for me, right? And number two, I don't want to come on here and give you false inspiration. Like, I want it to come from true life experience and what I'm going through and what knowledge I am picking up. You know what I'm saying? I was going to say the knowledge I've picked up over the years, but I'm never gonna stop learning, right? So it may be like a couple breaks in between, but I have to be proud of myself for still staying consistent. It's been 2.5 years since I've been doing YouTube, and I haven't stopped, even though it's been gaps here and there, but I haven't stopped. And I think that's the most important part. And I'm not going to keep beating up myself over not meeting the quota of being monetized. Everybody's like, yeah, to get monetized, you got to post it. I'm like, no, let it flow. And God will guide my videos to the right people. God will monetize it on itself. You know what I'm saying? Because when somebody clicks on one, they click on the other, and then boom, it starts from there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just chilling. But while I'm chilling, I'm still improving. While I'm chilling, I'm still working on the inside. You know what I'm saying? While I'm chilling, I'm still trying to improve the show itself. Speaking of, guys, why nobody put me on to ChatGPT earlier? Like, I've been hearing about it, you know what I'm saying? And I've kind of been like iffy about AI, but I realize you can't let the device use you. You got to use the device. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. And I've been hearing about it on TikTok or whatever the case may be, right? My coworker has been using it. I'm like, okay, what's going on? I'm thinking you have to pay for it. So that was like the number one thing. And I was like, I don't think I would do that. I'm not paying for AI. You know what I'm saying? So no. And then I thought it was like on a website. I didn't know it was an actual app. Until I went on TikTok and she was saying how she writes books through ChatGPT. And I was like, that's very interesting. My coworker also writes scripts through ChatGPT. So let me try a little something with TheSweetTeaShow. So usually, you know how I do. I write my bulletin points, right? And I just like freestyle off of the bulletin points. But I was like, let me test out ChatGPT for a quick little, you know what I'm saying? And actually turn my bulletin points into a script. What was I amazed? Like, I couldn't have wrote it any better. It was amazing. So that's what I'm like going off of today. You know what I'm saying? But let me formally do my introduction. Hey, Soul Family. How you feeling? How you doing? It's your girl, Jaya Fire, and we back at it again with another soulful episode, because it is the sweet tea for the soul. Yes. Let me light up my incense, because I don't have the tea. I drank my tea. It's like 2:15 in the afternoon. But I drank my tea already. But once you see this will be in the morning. So you better have your tea set. You know what I'm saying? And let me know what tea you be drinking. I'm trying to like build up my collection on teas. So right now I have a Buddha tea. It's like a cleansing out your blood and everything like that. It's really nice. I drank that today with some water, so I just been like cleansing out my system all day. And then I also got a womb tea. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put the description for that below. Sorry, I felt something on me. I'm going to put the description on that below. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to like collect up on stuff. I know y'all see me with the hibiscus mint tea and the mango and everything like that, but we're going to keep it up. And it's, good tea. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to stay local, but any natural tea is good for me. Anything that's just going to keep me healthy, because the herbs is what we need in life. Okay. I don't always eat all the vegetables and everything like that. I'm eating a lot of starches sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, but the teas is what really like level me out. So yeah, hope you have yours. Alrighty, so let's read into the script and let me know how y'all think. What y'all think. Okay, so today we're diving into something that a lot of us struggle with, spiritual psychosis, the feeling of being disconnected from reality, lost in deep thought, and unsure of what's real and what's in our mind, because that could just be a wild thing, right? So I've been there. It's definitely tough, but the good news is you could come back to yourself, get grounded, and find true balance between your spiritual and physical life. So let's talk about it. All right. So what exactly is spiritual psychosis for me and what it looked like? So what I did with the bulletin points is I wrote down each thing that I experienced while having spiritual psychosis. Do not feel bad, because it is quite normal when you have awakened a part of you that you might not be ready for, or you have awakened a part of you that is so deep that your brain is not really catching up to the information as quickly as you would like it to, or how you want it to. So these are the things that I was going through. Losing touch with reality. I distanced myself from my present life. I overthought everything. I barely slept, and I constantly tried to escape hard times. So it was basically using spirituality as escapism. I would go through some things and I would instantly try to make spiritual sense out of it instead of feeling my feelings. You know how like you come across a situation and you're like, everything happens for a reason. God got me, the universe, like this is why this happened, instead of just being like, that situation actually made me feel sad. Let me sit in that. You know what I'm saying? I would be in situations that made me feel sad, but I would try to rationalize things like, I was put in this situation for a reason, instead of be like, I was hurt by it. Like, that's okay. That's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? To feel those emotions. I was disassociating a lot. I was focused on my spiritual self, that I neglected my physical being. I wasn't in my body, and I was somewhere else, just detached. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in my body, but I was detached from my body, right? I wasn't feeling every moment. I wasn't feeling every emotion. I wasn't trying to be involved with people. I think what went wrong was the minute I saw people for their spirit instead of their human self, like their ego, I distanced myself, because I don't want to say like the ugly sides of people, but I've seen the sides of people that weren't in alignment with me, right? And it made me distance myself a lot, because I couldn't really find people that aligned with me, right? Or I would see past the ego so much that it wouldn't be a fair balance when it came to the relationships. Like, I see through your ego, and I know in a sense I don't resonate with that. This is not going to work. So, you know what I'm saying? This can't be. And it made me realize that I don't need to be friends with everybody. I don't need to be in a relationship with everybody. But it also made me realize that when you're more spiritual, it's harder to establish relationships, friendships, maintaining stuff with family. It's hard because You're no longer connecting to people on a certain level. Like, say if you want to bring up something spiritual and the person just doesn't get it, you know what I'm saying? Or you're talking to somebody on a spiritual level, but their ego was on the forefront and you don't personally communicate with that. So it just made me feel disconnected and detached from what was going on around me. You know, I had like emotional numbness. Instead of feeling my emotions, I downplayed it. And it reminded me of my past trauma. You know, it was a lot of trauma that was being brought up during my spiritual journey that obviously had to come up for me to heal it. But it also got in the way of things, because when I would go through something, I would automatically be like, let me heal it. Just like that same instant, instead of just being like, you know what, let me live through this experience. Instead of seeing everything as a goddamn lesson and trying to instantly and constantly grow and be in a rush to do this, that, and the third. And it was a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like every week I was going through something and processing something that was just like, I don't know, a lot for my healing journey. It was a lot for me to really process things week after week, day after day, taking in this lessons throughout all this time. Like, instead of just letting shit flow, like, I don't have to constantly get something out of this. I could just be in it. You know what I'm saying? And it made me emotionally numb, because instead of saying like, hey, I'm happy in this situation, I'm sad in this situation, I'm angry, I'm calm, whatever it was, like, I would instantly analyze it instead of just being in it. Analyze why I'm feeling this way, where is this coming from, what situation brought it up. And it was tiring, because I felt like I needed to do that. Number one, for YouTube to like come on here and bring up my life stories. And that's why it was so constant. I was trying to be so constant because I was trying to get monetized with those videos and trying to, you know, calm down, you know, and just, you know. But this time around, I'm just being more calm. This time around, I'm just sitting in a more grounded state and feeling my emotions, and not quick to analyze it and be like, what's the lesson behind this? Sometimes it is not about the lesson. Sometimes it's just, you just gotta feel emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole process to it. It's the whole point of being human, is feeling your emotions. And I wasn't getting it. And what happened with me was, every time I felt an emotion, I would put it on the back burner, because every time I felt an emotion, it was related to trauma. You know, like when I was a kid, if I got too happy, I know something bad gonna happen. Let me not be happy for too long. You know what I'm saying? If I felt sad or angry, I know I'm not supposed to feel these emotions because I was told this is weak, I'm gonna put it on the back burner. And it was just this whole thing in my head, like a battle between, do I want to feel my feelings, or do I want to put it on the back burner? Do I want to feel it? Do I want to do this? Do I want to feel it? And it was just like, girl, at this point, just feel it. And when I started to feel it, I felt more at peace. I feel more at peace. Like, I don't knock myself as much. It's still a work in progress. I don't knock myself as much for feeling my emotions. I just do it. You know what I'm saying? And I've come to the fact that I am emotional. Even though I've put on this hard front that I'm not, and I barely cry. I cry time to time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm emotional. You know, I feel things. I feel other people's energy. I feel the spirit around me. I feel everything around me. And that's not a bad thing. I grew up with the idea that it is a bad thing. And it made me struggle between feeling emotions for things and being shut out. But I didn't want to be shut out anymore. I didn't want to have the inability to make friends, because I also realized that there's people out there that really care about me. So why don't I believe that? And I had to dig deep into that. Like, you don't believe it because you're relating your feelings with trauma. Every time you made a good friend, turns out they weren't good and you shut down, right? Every time you had a conflict with somebody, they always found a way to blame you or make you feel like you weren't the victim in the situation and you shut down. So now you try to avoid conflict, but is that really the route to go? And no, it's not. Like, I've learned to speak up more, say what's on my mind, even if it may come as conflict. It don't always have to be, right? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So it's just figuring out those different things and trying to maneuver my experience here, because I'm here for a reason, right? I'm here for a reason. So I have to be more emotional in that. I had to be more present in that. I had to realize that making connections with people is not so scary. It's still a work in progress, but it's not so scary. I could move through that and realize that I just have to connect with the people that resonate with me the most and don't be shy within that. And when I became more comfortable with my feelings, I've made connections with people that admire those feelings. You know what I'm saying? We inspire each other to be greater. You know, I have friends now that support me and I support them, and there's no hidden intentions behind it, because I'm not communicating with their ego and they're not communicating with mine. You know what I'm saying? It's just pure energy, pure authenticity, pure spirit, pure divine energy between each connection that I have, because I've found a way to intertwine that and my spirit, right? So I could be emotional, I could be in my body, I could embrace this human self and have that duality, and also embrace my spiritual side and realize it goes with both, and people resonate with that. And if you don't resonate with that, then you're not meant to be in my life. And that's how I use a discernment, and that's how I learn to let my guard down, because I'm letting my spirit guide me into the people that are supposed to be in my life, not my ego. T. All right, another one was confusing spirituality with conspiracy. So instead of seeking real knowledge on stuff, I got lost in those wild theories about the afterlife, the government, spirituality. Like, I wasn't really thinking for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how like you discuss conspiracy theories with people, and then some of them just is real out of pocket. And I would like take that into consideration instead of being like, you know what, let me think for myself on this one. Let me actually try to make sense of this for myself, or do simple research. You know what I'm saying? Like, there would be conspiracy theories about like, are the stars even real, for example? Girl, like, do your own research. Get you a telescope or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop believing everything that you freaking hear. Because people turn into like spirituality and their third eye and then start going heavy on the conspiracy theories, and you're like, does that even make sense? Like, what are you even talking about here? So just kind of like calming my mind with that one, because it just made me overthink, especially when I was, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, and then when I found peace of what I actually believe in, what I actually feel like resonates with me, I don't really dabble into that conspiracy shit. Unless I really feel like, now this is tea. But half of the stuff that I was hearing wasn't tea. It was just nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that I've found stability and grounded myself in stuff that I actually believe in, instead of just not thinking for myself. And yeah. But if all of that sounds familiar, then it's okay. You are not alone. But this is how I personally got out of everything, right? The key to overcoming spiritual psychosis is simply balance, grounding yourself. And these are the things that help me. So I found, spiritual stuff that resonate with me. I started researching the roots of spirituality and what really spoke to me. So we talked about it before, but like African spirituality, Kemet, Egypt, if you will. Other things that kind of help balance me out. So Buddhism, learning more about the frequencies of colors and sounds and the spirits that definitely helped me out, because it was just like, this makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Connecting with my ancestors to give me real guidance. I haven't gone to the full potential of connecting with my ancestors how I would like to, but it's definitely a start. But definitely just like embracing when I talk to myself, because I'm most likely talking to an ancestor, embracing the dreams and messages that I get, because it's most likely my ancestors. And I realize it's a group of them. Because, you know, like they say, like you have a spiritual guide. I feel like it's more than one with me, because whenever I'm having dreams and I need answers on things, it's a group of people. I see women, I see men, not sure who, where, and what, but I just know that they're there and they pop up in my dreams, and I hear signs through music, and I see synchronicities a lot. And you know, my spirit guides, my ancestors, they send people my way to give me messages on like the physical realm. Like it could be through my boss, it could be through my friend, it could be through my relationship, my mother, it don't matter. But you know, or a stranger, you know what I'm saying? But they definitely there, you know. And I'm being more embracive of it, because when I was in spiritual psychosis and trying to figure out what was meant for me, like I kind of lost sense of that. I was questioning, like, does all of this even exist? Does the afterlife and everything, like, what is this for? Like, I felt like there was no point in anything, but I connected with them. They're connecting with me, and I feel more at peace because I know that it's real. You know what I'm saying? I've been encountered with some weird so I know it's real. You know what I'm saying? So that was one. Daily practices of, you know, staying grounded. And I want to say too, like, if you don't specifically believe in ancestors, whatever, what's the word I'm looking for? Is it density? Something with a D. Whether it's, you know, Jesus, God, Selassie, whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a density that you believe in instead of an ancestor, cool. But me personally, it's like my ancestors, my bloodline, my spirit guides, the source itself, anything. Sometimes I say Joss, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's whatever you believe in is what applies to the first one. Number 2 is daily practices to help me stay grounded. So, you know, prayer. I'm trying to pray day and night, specifically to the Most High. So, you know, I'm praying that my day goes well, praying for protection, praying for guidance. Even if I'm not praying in the morning, I'm looking at inspirational or spiritual videos in the morning to ground my mind. You know, just kind of setting myself in that divine energy in the morning. Nighttime, I try to pray, thank you for my day, thank you for guiding me, It's kind of the same thing of how the Kimins do, where I will not steal, I will not cheat, I will not And at the end of the day, you say, I have not stealed, I have not cheated, I have not It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I have all of that as my wallpaper on my phone. I'm not there yet when it comes to those statements. I want to. But that is also a good way of, you know, grounding myself too. I forgot what it's called, but I will try to find a way to link it. Meditation. I haven't meditated in a while. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But meditation, I think because I used to mainly meditate while I smoked, you know, and I haven't been smoking. It's been months since I've picked up a joint and I've used smoking for meditation, you know what I'm saying? So trying to find a way out of that and just straight meditating, it's gonna take some practice again, but yeah, that's what I did. Healthy eating, because it's not just what you feed your soul, but it's what you feed your body, what you feed your mind, everything like that. So trying to be on the more pescatarian tip, which is, if you don't know, is mainly eating fish and being vegan. So I'm not dabbling into the meats. Actually, before I was pescatarian, I wasn't really dabbling into meats like that. Sometimes it was red meat, but it was rarely, because I didn't grow up eating red meat. I grew up eating chicken, turkey, and fish. That was it. But I cut out the chicken, kinda. Unless my monthly is coming up, then I'll eat some chicken to like give me a little bit of boost or whatever the case may be. But mainly pescatarian. Sometimes I barely eat fish in that way, but I'm trying to like incorporate the vegan side mainly. But I can't let go of fish, so it's gonna be pescatarian. But yeah, just setting up a routine with that one, and which, like I said, what you feed your body and mind definitely matters. Healing emotional trauma. So I'm working on my anxiety. I'm not going to say worked. I'm working on my anxiety, okay? I'm trying to find different ways of calming my nervous system, right? Because that's a big one. Facing my past, coming in tack with my shadow side, because it's a lot of hidden emotions with that one. But once you bring it up and make peace with it, you feel much better. Stop running from my emotions. Like I said, we was here with that one. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy, but feeling those emotions really helped me move forward in this process, because if it wasn't for that, I have no idea what the hell I would have done. You know what I'm saying? But just feeling those emotions really did that. Trying to grow in every aspect of my life. So I'm setting goals for my future. You know what I'm saying? Any goal is not out of reach. You know what I'm saying? It could be a end of the year goal. It could be a 3-month goal. It could be 5 years, 10 years. But I'm setting those goals in my life to make sure that I have something to look forward to, and really just, make full purpose of what I have going on, and being more intentional with the moves I want to make in my life, not just lollygagging and being in the spiritual word and be like, I'm spiritual, I don't need to be working a 9 to 5. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to use my gifts in a way that makes me financially stable. Okay. Being more physically active and everything like that, mentally strong, and and when you ground yourself in this life, you stop trying to escape it. You know what I'm saying? Like, work on grounding yourself in this life, because you're here. You know what I'm saying? Until the day that you're not, but you're here for now. So ground yourself in it, make peace with that. Okay. Letting go of a scarcity mindset. So stop being afraid to feel. I embrace my emotions. Remind myself that it's okay to feel. It's okay to be human. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Right? Connect with my ancestors, talking to them more. I want to get to the point where I'm learning their stories and honoring them, even if I have to get me a little altar. We'll see about that one. But I just want to learn who and see where I go from there. I'm thinking of ancestry.com and all type of stuff like that, but I don't know. I know my cousin did research on our family tree, so I might just dive into that instead of doing all the extra stuff. I don't know. I just don't trust that, especially because they went private. One of them went private. I just don't trust it. No. So we'll find a way to learn about my ancestors, but there will be a way. Okay. And when I stopped smoking, I felt more in my body. I felt more connected to the present moment. Because, sometimes I will smoke when I'm feeling emotional, so I won't feel my emotions. And that was a part of a very deep escapism. I'm not even gonna lie, I do miss smoking, the more that I don't do it, the longer it goes, which is crazy because in the beginning I didn't really miss it like that, but now I'm just like, like the other day I rolled up a J for somebody just because I missed rolling up. I was like, God dang. But there's nothing I could do about it. We're here. We're going on strong. It's been about... Oh, let me count. 4 months. It's been about 4 months. I literally stopped smoking around the time I got into a relationship. Relationship had not really much to do with it, but I was just seeing that timeline. But going on strong, girl. Going on strong. It's okay. It's okay. Anyways. Anyways, if you're feeling lost in your spirituality, remember, spirituality is supposed to ground you, not disconnect you from reality. Hold on. And you know who wrote that? ChatGPT. They ate with that one. I'm gonna read it again. It's supposed to ground you, not disconnect you from reality. When it said that, I said, wow, I couldn't have wrote it better myself. That was tea, okay? So you are meant to thrive in this life, not just think about the next one. What? When I tell you, ChatGPT, that whole thing. I'm gonna read that one more time. You're meant to thrive in this life, not just think about the next one, okay? Anyways, so take a step back, find what resonates, heal, and most importantly, live fully, mind, body, and spirit. If this message spoke to you, you already know the deal. Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the Sweet Tea Show, you know, for more real, honest conversations, because we're here, okay? We keeping it honest, we keeping it real, we keeping it G, we keeping it P. Yeah, stay blessed, stay connected, and I'll see you guys on the next show.